city street director, I can tell you it takes teamwork and partnership to make our snow response plan work and come together each year. It's our commitment to the community. During winter operations, we modify employee shifts in the winter to be able to respond to the changing conditions. We use a variety of equipment to keep streets maintained. Dump trucks with plows, sanders and de-icers, graders, tractors with snow gates, skid steers, and our newest member of the fleet, a specialized plow and sweeper to fit in the protected bike lanes. Snow gates have been extremely popular with residents and help us to maintain driveway access in residential areas. We cannot eliminate berms, but we can reduce them. Street employees are supported by public work departments, including water and wastewater, to assist with plowing when needed. This enables the crews to be able to do a full city plow in about 3 days. Operationally, we are able to maintain efficiency in response times by having materials in satellite locations throughout the city. This means drivers have less travel time to refill de-icer and sand while clearing more than 2,000 lane miles. Let's talk about parking. If you can, park off-street as often as possible. This is helpful for clearing the streets out and allowing the plows to be able to go through. We know that some neighborhoods are short on parking, but whenever possible, we're encouraging people to make it a habit for the entire season to park on the odd side of the street. And also there's time to move your RVs, trailers, boats, and basketball hoops off the streets and into a winter storage location. In the downtown, the parking's a little different. And after it snows, we ask that cars move off the street between midnight and 6 a.m. to allow the crews to be able to clear the parking bays and the streets. The sidewalks are also important to keep people moving and businesses thriving. So we ask residents and businesses to be diligent about clearing sidewalks and ADA ramps with the goal of creating a 36-inch path by 9 a.m. after a snowfall. Even if there isn't a sidewalk, a path still needs to be cleared. This is important for our pedestrian, bike or bus riders, disabled individuals, and also our kids getting to school. We'll do our part too by trying to keep plowed snow off sidewalks as much as we can. Work with your neighbors by getting to know each other and offering to help those who may not be able to shovel their walks and driveways, either temporarily or the whole season. Snow season really does require all of us to work together. While we can't predict exactly when and how the snow will come, we're pleased to provide a plan that's adaptable and to meet our community's needs. Now I'd like to turn it over to Justin DeRuyter with the fire department.
Thank you, Clint, and yeah, thanks for all the work your folks do out there. So just a big thank you to them. Just kind of echo what Clint said. You know, for us, our apparatus are over 8 feet wide. Some of them up to 50 feet, over 50 feet long. So as the snow falls and the streets get cluttered, they become narrower. So we just ask that you, like he said, like Clint said, just make sure all the basketball hoops and all those kind of equipment are up off the street, garbage cans. If you the snow berms and stuff like that, if you can't get those out of the way, if you think that the street's too narrow for us, then that's going to be a problem. So we just ask you keep those clear. The other thing with your neighborhood is just finding the fire hydrants. Every neighborhood should have one, usually on the corners. Make sure that's a 3 foot of clearance around those fire hydrants. For us, you know, timing is everything, seconds count. And so if we got to dig out a hydrant, that puts us a couple minutes behind when those seconds count. So if there's one in front of your house, please grab that. If it's not in front of your house and somebody whose house it's in front of it, you know, grab it for them if they can't do that. Also, like Clint also said, just take care of your neighbors. You know, summertime, it's hard to tell unless mail starts piling up whether or not somebody's needs some assistance. But wintertime, when the snow's not getting picked up around their house, if you got elderly or disabled neighbors, you know, that's a good time to check on them. We also see this time of year, obviously with the weather, a lot of the ice buildup around the sidewalks and stuff like that. So a lot more slips, trips, and falls, and especially in the elderly citizens. So just keep that path, you know, take care of your neighbors, keep your path clear, help them out as well. And then the other thing too, just kind of keep a reminder, you know, for us, in the small likelihood your house does catch on fire, but it does happen, you know, but we need to be able to get in there and get our ladders in place and stuff. And so a lot of times that's how we make our rescues, especially if people are up on the second floor, is getting those ground ladders in place. So if you can, just kind of keep that space around your house too. I know it's big snowfalls, that's a challenge, but try to keep that clear as the season goes on, and we can get in there a lot quicker. So with that, I'd like to thank you for your time and introduce Becky Dowdy with the Spokane Public Schools.
Thank you, Justin. I am the Executive Director of Operations for Spokane Public Schools, and I'm here to crush the dreams of kids all across Spokane who are looking for a snow day. Our goal at Spokane Public Schools is actually to keep the schools open. Our buildings provide a safe, warm place for our kids during the day. Oftentimes it is their breakfast and their lunch for the day, and so we want to be able to have our kids with us. With that goal in mind, we've been preparing for weeks now for winter weather. We're very excited about it. My staff and I start driving the roads at 3 a.m. We're just trying to get a good feel for what the driving is going to look like for our buses and for our families as they make their way to school in the morning. I'm in communication with the National Weather Service and with the fire department. We're talking about what driving conditions are like. Again, trying to get our kids to school safe. We meet with the superintendent at 4:30 a.m. and we provide our feedback to him so that our team can make the decision about what we're going to do with the school day. If there will be a late start or a closure, we will let families know by 6 a.m. If they don't get news, then you can assume that school is going to be open for the day. For more information about how we address inclement weather with the school district, please visit our website. We do have all of that information there for you to look at. And now I'll hand it back to Marlene.
So thank you, Becky. You know, it's all about partnership and collaboration with our fire department, with our schools, with our community. So this is how we respond effectively to snow. And Spokane Transit's another partner. They're not here with us today, but they want us to remind you that to visit their winter operations page to learn the snow detour routes and to subscribe to text messages and email alerts to get the most up-to-date information on the bus route that you use to get to work or school. And we'll use our communication channels as well to keep you informed at the city. So you can follow us on social media, utilize our website, sign up for our weekly community update email. In the next few weeks, our utility customers are receiving their neighborhood plow route map in their utility bills. That's coming in your November bill, so you might have already received it, and if you haven't, you'll receive it in the next few weeks. You want to keep that pamphlet and be able to stick that on your fridge so you can refer to it throughout the season. And our street department team's goal is to keep the city moving. So as you can see, our fleet is ready and our drivers are refreshing their skills. We have truckloads of sand and de-icer that have been staged. And rail cars are delivering thousands of gallons of liquid de-icer. And we're pretty much ready. So with that, if anybody has any questions. Oh. This is what the pamphlet looks like. So if you want to take one of these home or put it on your, Jessica has copies. So thank you for that. We do want you to get a firsthand sense of what it's like to be in a plow. So you can ride or drive the obstacle course when we're done here. And go ahead.
Some of those roughest areas last year when I was out covering our first winter weather was the areas going from downtown to the South Hill. How do we ensure that those cars aren't going to get stuck on these rolling hills in the South Hill this year?
Well, you know, so the first places that we send our crews typically are bridges and hills. And those lower South Hills, things like Freya and Ray and Lincoln, those can be some of the toughest hills in the city. You do really have to pay attention to changing conditions and pay attention to alerts that come out. The police department does help us at times with those routes. Sometimes they do get difficult, and I will guarantee there will be at least one day of snow where it's very difficult to get up those hills. So it's really about being prepared. What kind of tires do you have? What kind of vehicle are you driving? It's probably not the time to take out your rear-wheel drive car on a snow day, right? So, use the bus route because they often can get up things that maybe your private car can't. So be prepared to be flexible and to work with us, but we are going to send those teams out. Bridges and hills, definitely top priority always to bring that sand and de-icer out to improve conditions.
I know we're starting to get ready now. Are we fully ready? For example, if something happened this weekend, if we got a massive dump, which I assume we're not going to get, but how soon would we be ready?
We are ready today. You can see that the plows are all on the top of the truck plows are all in place. We do have to swip out the sander for the sweeper on the bike plow, but that can be handled pretty quickly. But all of the trucks are ready to go. Our teams are ready to go. They are headed into winter scheduling, which means we have crews on 20 hours a day, 7 days a week to be able to respond to conditions, and they can ramp up to 24 hours a day. Simply we flex those times as they need to, and then they can be supplemented with water and wastewater crews. All of our labor agreements are in place and everything is ready to go. Anything else? All right. I would actually very much encourage you to take a ride in the plow and to drive the plow on the obstacle course. It does give you a sense of how difficult it is to move that blade up and down, move around parked cars. It'll give you a new appreciation for the work that these teams do every day throughout the winter season. So thank you.